All right, today's video, we're in a different space. We're in my kitchen. We're gonna start off with some of my favorite things that help me remain in a calorie deficit and make meal prepping very easy. So first of all, if you don't have an Instant Pot, this is a game changer. This replaces so many things. I cook my rice, my eggs are cooked in here, and my vegetables, and I can literally prep for the whole week in 30 minutes or less. So some of the tools I like, first of all, is the steaming basket. So you can just get vegetables frozen or fresh, and you can put them in here, and then you're gonna put them in your Instant Pot. Of course, you always put water in there, and you can steam your vegetables literally in 4 minutes. So this I use to prep all my vegetables. The next thing is when I do my hard-boiled eggs. So I put my eggs on this little trivet thing here. You put it in the Instant Pot and you get perfect boiled eggs. I like mine cooked all the way through. Some people like it to be a little runny in the middle. I like it all the way through. So I cook mine for 5 minutes in the Instant Pot. 5 minutes, I can cook breakfast for the whole entire week. Now, the game changer. So if you've ever been to Starbucks or you know those egg white bites, this little silicone mold, you just crack the eggs into this. You can add whatever toppings you want. Right now, because I'm in a calorie deficit, I can't do toppings, so I just pour my egg whites in here and I put it on a little trivet. There's a little trivet that's similar to this, so it sits on top. And you can steam or cook your eggs in this. This one takes 6 minutes. So this is also a breeze. So I will prep all these. I'll just pour my egg whites in there. And then when I take them off, I put salt and pepper. They're super moist. This is another game changer. I got these from Amazon. They come in a pack of 4. And you can cook, how many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So there's 7 little eggs. So you can actually stack these. So I have another one. I can stack them on top so I can cook a bunch at once. All right, I found it. So this is the little thing it comes with. So you put the eggs on this. You lower it in there so it's not sitting on the water. And then you use these to pull it out so you don't burn yourself. All right, next we got the air fryer. So specifically the dual air fryer. So with this, I put one side, if I want to have like crispy vegetables, I'll put my vegetables on one side and then I can cook my potatoes on the other side. And what's unique about this one is they can both cook at different temperatures. So you can either sync them where they cook together at the same temperature, or you can have one side cooking at 400 degrees, the other side cooking at 300 degrees. So this is a game changer. So having these two things, it's super easy to prep when I'm craving crunchy and I don't want to cheat. I will just get some of my green beans, put salt and pepper on here, a spritz, like literally a spritz of olive oil, and then it's like chips. So this is another thing that I absolutely love. All right, now I'm going to go over some of my favorite protein powders. So this protein powder, I use the Clean Simple Eats. I love their brand. It doesn't have that aftertaste and protein. So I use this when I'm craving like a milkshake or something that's tastes like dairy. I don't like dairy. I don't really like dairy. But when I want something that resembles like a milkshake or something creamy, I would do a scoop of this, which this is 110 calories for 20 grams of protein. So this is good. 1 gram of fat, 1 gram of sugar. So I'll do this with some frozen dragon fruit and almond milk, and that's it. So this will help with my cravings, and it literally tastes like a French vanilla milkshake. Now, my next protein I love in the morning, instead of getting the Starbucks that's full of sugar or wasting my money stopping and getting coffee, I use the Javi protein coffee. I literally order, I'm not even exaggerating, like 5 bags a month because I go through this. I have 2 a day. I have 2 of these a day. So I do 2 scoops, and this also has 70 calories for 1 scoop, and there's 10 grams of protein, 1.5 grams of fat. So this is good. So this is when I'm craving coffee and I want to stay on track. Now, clear protein. So when I'm craving juice, and of course I'm not trying to have sugar, I will use the Oath. This is another brand that I love. You can find it at Target, but it's not in the protein section. So it's not where most of the protein powders are. They have this in the sporting goods section. So you have to go back there where the dumbbells and stuff are to get it. So my favorite flavor and the most popular one is the lemonade. People say it tastes like Chick-fil-A lemonade. I've never had Chick-fil-A lemonade, but it does taste, to me, it reminds me of like when you go to the fair and you get that lemonade. But sometimes I'm feeling a little jazzy. I will mix the icy blue raz in a scoop of the lemonade, and it tastes really good. And this is only 100 calories and 20 grams of protein. So this is also good. I'm probably going to insert a clip here where I showed pictures of Pop-Tarts and how the Pop-Tarts, for 10 grams of protein, it was 400 calories for 10 grams of protein. When you can literally have this, 20 grams of protein for 100 calories, and it literally tastes like juice. So 100 calories to get 20 grams of protein versus 400 calories for 10 grams of protein with the protein Pop-Tarts. All right, this is another one, Pink Starburst. This actually does taste like Pink Starburst. This does have a little bit of a protein aftertaste, very slight. I would give this like an 8 out of 10, but I love the pink drinks from Starbucks, but I'm not paying $8 for a grande. So I make my pink drinks with this when I'm not in a calorie deficit. I do almond milk, water, and this, and it tastes just like a pink drink. But right now, because I'm in a calorie deficit, I just mix this with water, and it tastes very good. This is another one that's like juice. So this is even better. This is 90 calories, 20 grams of protein. Remember, this is only 90 calories. So don't fall for those brands like the Pop-Tarts and stuff where they're like 10 grams of protein for 400 calories. That is not a good trade-off. So get you this. I love this brand. Again, Clean Simple Eats. This and the Oath are my favorite brands. All right, another fan favorite. This helps me stay on track. So when I want the taste of peanut butter without the fat and the calories, I go with PB2, which is powdered peanut butter. But if you add it to something, well, you have to add it to something liquidy, it really tastes just like peanut butter. So if you see on here, so remember this, 2 tablespoons. This is 60 calories per serving. So the serving size is 2 tablespoons, so 60 calories. Now, look at regular peanut butter. So for 2 tablespoons, 190 calories. Look at that fat. 20% fat, 16 grams. Protein, only 7. Whereas this one, the same serving, 60. So this is what I use. Fat, barely any there. So we see the difference. This will help me stay in a calorie deficit. And this actually tastes just like peanut butter. So you can add this like when you're cooking cookies and you don't want to add all this fat in there with this. You can add that when you're making your smoothies. Instead of adding this, which is basically all fat and calories, you would put this in there instead. All right, Clean Simple Eats. Clean Simple Eats is very expensive. So if you don't want to pay $65 for a bag, they have these little ones if you just want to try it out. They're at Target. They're $2, I believe, for one of these. They have different flavors. You can sample it. Snickerdoodle. I've seen someone on TikTok make like a Starbucks dupe or copycat using this. And then they have white chocolate peppermint. So these are 20 grams of protein and they are 90 calories. 90 calories. So you don't need to go and get all that junk. These are literally 90 calories, nothing. And they're going to keep you full because it's protein. All right, and last but not least, Yasso bars. I talk about these all the time. This is my absolute favorite flavor. It's always sold out. It's always hard to find this flavor. So 90 calories, 5 grams of protein. I really don't care about it for the protein. It's just when I'm having cravings and I really want ice cream, 90 calories. And the bars are actually it's a pretty decent size. It's about the same size as a full-size bar. So 90 calories. It's Greek yogurt. There's no sugar alcohols in this. It's 1 gram of fat, and what's the sugars? I think it's 6 grams of sugars in there. So this is nothing, 90 calories. So if you're having cravings and you're someone who likes sweets, they have a lot of different flavors. They have chocolate peanut butter, chocolate chip cookie dough, but this one is the best. And I think they're $4.99 for a box of these. All right, going back to the Pop-Tarts. So when I was in Fry's the other day, I saw these Pop-Tarts and I put them together to compare. So one of them has protein and the other one doesn't have any protein. So the one that is the strawberry is 370 calories. So that one is not being advertised as protein. So that has 4 grams of protein in it, 370 calories, total fat 10%. Now let's look at the one they added protein with. So now with everything going on, people taking GLP-1s, you got a personal trainer, you always hear the word protein, protein, protein. And these companies know that everyone is protein obsessed now. So the one with protein has 400 calories. The total fat is 14% versus the 10%. Do you see how they added more calories, more fat, more sugar to the one that's supposed to be helping you, the protein? So for a measly extra 6 grams of protein, you're going to have to trade in an extra you're going to have to trade in an extra 30 calories for that. 30 calories. This is how they get you guys. You guys have to be looking at those nutrition labels. So if we look at the photo of these, you see how protein is bright yellow because your eyes are naturally going to be drawn to that. So that is going to make you pick it up. They know how to put certain colors that are going to make you want to pick that up. And if you see in the corner how little the calories in there, like who can read 370 and 400? It's so small because they don't want you to see that. All they want you to see is protein, protein, protein. You guys have to be looking at your nutrition labels if you want to be successful in your weight loss journey. If you guys do need help with nutrition coaching, I do have a link in my bio for nutrition coaching. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you next Saturday.